Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to the another lesson of O Levels Islamiat 2058. Uh, Today's topic is the sequel of the previous topic, which was the pillar of Islam, Salat. Today we're going to discuss about the types of Salat, or the different kinds of the prayer, what kind of prayers that we can offer in our daily or day-to-day life. We had the meaning of Salat, the importance of Salat, the relevant Quranic references, the spiritual and social benefits. Also, we had discussed about the central point of the Muslim life, how Salat is a central point for the Muslims, or the means of the communication as well. We have also discussed about how we need to prepare ourselves for the Salat. That means all the means of the cleanliness we have discussed into it. And we also discuss about the method of Salat, the performance of Salat. Today's learning objectives are supposed to be you would be able to write the relevant references from the Quran and Sunnah to highlight their importance, and would be explaining the different types of Salat, differentiate between congregational and the private prayer, demonstrating the kinds of congregational prayer, and also would be able to analyze Qaza, Qasr, Friday and Eid prayers. Would be able to prepare themselves for as usual. We will be having teaching contents of Holy Quran, textbook, reference books, resource books and marking scheme along the past papers. We have usually e-learning, PowerPoint presentation, self-study online resources, and so we have here very first type of the Salat, which is the obligatory Salat, or the obligatory prayers known as Fard prayer, which has been prayed 5 times a day, known as Fajr, Zohar, Asr, Maghrib and Isha. These prayers are the pillars of Islam, and we have to give first priority to these prayers. And as you know that these prayers are to be offered on prescribed timings and in a prescribed method, and usually men should have to pray this Salat in a congregation in the mosque, and women, they need to offer their Salat in their homes. Only prayers that can be offered later if the time has passed, because there is no Qaza of Sunnat and Nafils. So all the punishment which are mentioned for the person who leaves his prayer are about the obligatory prayers. So that means whatever qaza you're going to pay in, you're going to pay in for the obligatory or the farz rakat of the prayers. Have the another type of the Salat, which is called shortened prayer or the Qasr prayer. This means to offer 2 rakat of 4 instead of 4 rakat. That means, like, whenever usually these kind of prayers or Salat can be offered when you're traveling, and the traveling category, according to the Islamic law, traveler needs to be who's away from his home 48 miles, and he has no intention of staying there for 15 days or more than the 15 days that considers as a traveler, and then he can offer his Qasr Salat or his Qasr Namaz. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he has also mentioned in the Holy Quran, and when you travel through the earth, there is no blame on you if you shortened your prayers. Also, according to the majority of the jurists, a traveler he can offer the shortened prayer in case he is traveling. And according to some jurists, a person may shorten his prayer if the journey is more than 15 days. Like others says that it may be 19 days or something, but if you are not intending to stay more than 15 days, so you are not obliged to offer qasr salat. Another category of the namaz is the delayed prayer. That means the qaza prayer. It is obligatory to offer prayer at the prescribed time, but if it's not possible for a person with a reasonable cause to offer his prayer at the appointed time, he must offer qada prayer as soon as it's very much feasible for him or possible for him. Delayed prayers are offered in the same way as are the regular prayers are offered. I mean, there is no such shortening of the rakat in it. If a person missed all the day's prayers, then qada prayers will be offered in proper order. For example, if he had missed fajr, or if he had missed all the prayers, so he is going to start from fajr's qaza first, and then he's going to move on to the Zohar, Asr, Maghrib and Isha, so on. Afterwards, if someone missed many prayers, he can offer them without any order and at any time. Qada prayers should be offered first before the regular prayer. I mean, if you have missed more than 5 prayers, then that means that it's very feasible for you that you offer the regular prayer, and then you offer the qada prayer which you have missed previously. If the time is short for the present prayer, then qada prayers should not be offered. Next we have private prayer, which is also known as dua. For that we are not required any qibla or wudu or satar. There is no fixed language for it. There is no intention required. Also, there is no obligatory in it. We have another type of the prayers, which is known as congregational prayer. Major congregational prayers are number 1, Friday prayers. Friday prayers are usually take place on the Zohar prayers, and it's Friday is basically is a holy and blessed day for Muslims. So Friday is very important for all Muslims. That is why Friday prayer is also called Salatul Jummah. Friday prayer is a congregational prayer. It cannot be performed in person or alone. That is also offered in the mosque, and it cannot be offered at home. It is an obligatory prayer for every man of the society. The Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, gave a strong warning to a person who abandoned the Friday prayer, as he said that, you who believe, when the call is announced to Friday prayer, hasten immediately to the remembrance of Allah and put aside businesses. That is best for you if you know. Also, Friday prayer takes a place of Zuhur prayer. Friday prayer cannot be offered as a qaza prayer, and if someone misses his Friday prayer, he will then offer Zuhur prayer. And if a person is a minor, sick, or a traveler, and in case of a woman, they are exempted from the offering of the Friday prayers. And it is also recommended to close all the businesses and worldly activities during the azan of the Friday prayer. After Friday prayer, however, business and worldly activities are allowed to be undertaken. Also, Holy Prophet, peace upon him, he has emphasized to offer the Friday prayer, and would emphasized upon listening the Friday sermon silently or quietly. There are like 2 azans are called out for the Friday prayer. The Friday sermon is delivered by the Imam after the second azan, and Quranic passages are supposed to be recited and explained in the first part of the sermon. After the sermon, there is iqamat, and the Imam leads 2 rakat prayer in the congregation. And Friday prayer, it removes the barrier of status between rich and poor, high and low, weak and strong, and ruler and the masses. So basically it is very important for us. Whosoever leaves his Friday prayer thrice, it is said that he may no longer be entered into the chain of the Islam. So it is very, I mean, that means it's because of any reason. If he misses his three Friday prayers, without any reason, he may not be entering into the Islamic norms. Next congregational prayer we have. So next congregational prayer we have the Eid prayers, which are the two Eid prayers known as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. They are observed in 1 year or every year. Eid al-Fitr is celebrated on the 1st of Shawwal after the completion of the holy month of Ramadan, as well as Eid al-Adha is observed on the 10th of Dhul Hajj. So the time for Eid prayer commences after the sun has risen and ends before noon. That means after rising the sun, 20 minutes after rising the sun. And Eid prayers are obligatory or wajib on all those whom Friday prayer is obligatory. Also, they are performed in congregation as well. The method of the both prayers are the same. There is no azan or iqama is needed or required in the Eid prayers. However, Eid prayers consist of 2 rakat as well. There is no qaza for the Eid prayer as well. Eid prayer is basically substituted for the Fajr prayer. Many people, they think that it's a substitute of the Fajr prayer, that which is a false or the wrong concept. It is not a substitute of the Fajr prayer. In the ceremony of Eid al-Fitr, the Imam draws attention of the people to the Sadaqah Fitr, and meanwhile in the Eid al-Adha, Imam draws the attention of the people to do sacrifice. Male animals are slaughtered after Eid al-Adha's prayer, and Eid prayers are the demonstration of unity among Muslims. Also, they provide us the opportunity to share joys and happiness. Eid prayers are also they also bring the discipline and brotherhood among the Muslims, and they have 6 takabir, the 6 additional takabir than the usual takabir. We have another types of the congregational prayer, which is known as funeral prayer. It can be offered as in congregation, which is also known as Salatul Janaza. We also have another type of congregational prayer, which is Salatul Istisqa, which means for seeking water or for seeking rain. When there is quite a long time period, there is no rainfall, then this salat can be performed. And there is no such time for salat. It is recommended that the time when we read Eid prayers, like 20 minutes after the sun has risen, we can perform Salatul Istisqa at that time. And Prophet, peace be upon him, he has also read this salat, and it is a sunnah of Prophet. Another category of the congregational prayer is the Salatul Kusuf or Salatul Khusuf. Kusuf is basically for the solar eclipse, and Khusuf is for the lunar eclipse, and it is also the sunnah of Prophet, peace be upon him, that he had offered these two salats in order of 2 rakat whenever there was solar or lunar eclipse. We have another types of salat like Salatul Istikhara. That is the 2 rakat prayer performed to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for his guidance on a particular matter. We have Salatul Tahajjud, that is also prayed at the midnight, and it is like there is no recommendation for it. The minimum amount of Salatul Tahajjud is 2 rakat, and the greater you are reading, the much you're reading, the greater you are getting the rewards. We have another salat which is known as Salatul Taraweeh, which can only be prepared during the Ramadan. This prayer can be done alone as well, as it is mustahab. We have nafil prayers as well. Nafil prayers are like the optional prayers. Whenever we need to time, whenever we perform it, we are going to earn more rewards towards the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have Salatul Ishraq, that is usually a prayer which has been performed after the sunrise, and it also consists of 2 rakat. And Abu Hurairah, he had narrated that Prophet, peace upon him, he was very firm onto this salat, which was known as Salatul Ishraq. And another type of salat we have Tahiyatul Masjid. This is highly recommended prayer consisting of 2 rakat as well, and it has performed when you first enter into the mosque, and that is basically a gesture of greeting the place of worship. We have Salatul Khawf as well. Salatul Khawf, that means it's a type of prayer that can be offered during the time of fear. Like Prophet, peace upon him, he performed it during the battle of. Let's have a quick review of the topics that we have covered today. I hope you understood the whole concept. We have studied the obligatory prayers. That was the first prayer, and it has they are the 5 times a day. They can also be offered in congregation. Basically, congregation must for the men, and it can be read alone, however. We have also studied about the Qasr prayer, and when we can shorten our prayers and when we can not. We have studied the delayed prayers. We have also differentiated what is the private prayer and what is the regular prayer, and we have also come through the different types or categories of the congregational prayers, like Friday, Eid, and funeral, Salatul Istisqa, and also Salatul Kusuf and Khusuf. We also have studied the other categories of salat known as Salatul Istikhara, Tahajjud, Taraweeh, and the Nawafil prayers. Also the Ishraq prayer is also one of the type of Nafal prayer, and we also studied this Tahiyatul Masjid. It is also a Nafal prayer. The Salatul Khawf is during the time when you feel fear. Now, I'm hoping that you have grasped the whole idea or the concept of the types of the prayer. I would like you to do the following questions. You're going to make a graphic organizer which is going to cover all the types of the congregational prayers along a bit detail into it. And also there is a question that you're going to write about describe the main characteristics of the congregational prayers on Friday, and explain the main differences between regular daily prayer and the personal prayer. As usual, we have some reference lists. A very most important reference book I would like to prescribe you for particularly today's topic, which would be Islamiat by Hamad ibn Nashad, and an introduction to Islamiat, history, beliefs and practices by Nigat Farooq. And if you would like to go through with a deep knowledge of all the types of the salat, I may recommend you to read the book of Islamiat written by Ghulam Shabir. I'm hoping that you have grasped the whole concept. If there is any query and any ambiguity, you know where to find me. Thank you so much.